We have a huge Celtic story to cover in today's video as the hunt for a new long-term manager continues, and now there has been a shock twist. We will discuss this in today's video alongside all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours.
But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content.
Celtic's hunt for a new manager is still wide open, and Kjetil Knutsen is a name fans keep bringing up. His style, his European know-how, and the players he's developed all make him an attractive option. But while the noise is growing in Scotland, things look very different back in Norway. TV2 sport reporter Espen Langeveld, who follows Bodo Glimt closely, told Celtic News that everything points to Knutsen staying where he is. His contract runs until the 31st of December. He has 2 Champions League games coming up in January, and the league campaign doesn't finish until the 30th of November against Fredrikstad. He's right in the middle of the club's planning. Bodo Glimt are already building for next season, and Knutsen is a huge part of that. Leaving now would be messy and completely out of step with the long-term project he's been driving, Langeveld said. The club and Knutsen are talking about a new deal at the moment, and he just said that he thinks they will agree on a new deal soon. Knutsen's reputation has made him a popular shout among Celtic fans, but this update makes things pretty clear. Walking away from Bodo Glimt right now would cut right across the stability he's worked hard to build. Celtic might rate him highly, but the timing couldn't be tougher. The fact he's already in talks over a new deal shows Bodo Glimt expect him to stay. They've got Champions League games coming up in early January, and Knutsen is right in the middle of planning for them. For Celtic, it probably means turning their attention elsewhere. They can't hang around until the new year while fighting for the title and trying to sort out their own European picture. Put simply, the interest is real, but Knutsen's focus and future look set to remain in Norway. Now for the main story, as Celtic's manager hunt keeps taking new turns, and the latest one points straight at Paul Tisdale's influence behind the scenes. With Wilfried Nancy still in the mix, fans have been trying to work out why he's so firmly on the club's radar. Journalist Keith Jackson spoke about the connection that runs through Kwame Ampadu, Nancy's assistant at Columbus and someone who worked under Tisdale at Exeter. It's the kind of detail that explains who is quietly shaping parts of this search. Jackson said he believes Paul Tisdale's fingerprints are all over it. Ampadu worked with him when Tisdale was manager at Exeter, running the under-18s. There had even been some back-channel communication between Craig Bellamy's camp and the club, with the belief that Tisdale was leading the charge and would be given the power to find the next manager. But, as Jackson hinted, the final call will still come from Dermot Desmond. He remains the kingmaker at Celtic Park, the one who decides who sits in the dugout when the dust settles. Jackson's view joins the dots. Tisdale's link to Nancy makes sense, and it clarifies why the Columbus crew boss keeps being mentioned. But ultimately, Celtic's managerial process looks as fractured as ever, influenced by several voices, yet still ending with one man's decision. In the end, appointing the next manager won't just come down to tactics or football philosophy. It'll depend on whose opinion carries the most weight behind closed doors. In other news, Robbie Keane has finally responded to the speculation linking him with the Celtic job, and he's kept it straight. The Ferencváros manager has been mentioned as one of the names in contention, but he's not entertaining the rumours. Speaking to reporters, he said, "As a player, they wrote that I would sign here or there, but it's the same. There is nothing you can do about that. I am only and exclusively focused on my work here." Celtic are scouring the market for their next boss, and Keane's success in Hungary naturally puts him on a few shortlists. However, he's made it clear that he's focused on his title challenge in Budapest and won't be distracted by outside noise. Fans have been split on the idea, but Celtic haven't made any approach, and Keane hasn't shown any sign of interest while chasing silverware in Hungary. It's also worth noting that Ferencváros are flying domestically, and Keane has little reason to walk away mid-season. His firm stance effectively closes the door on any immediate move to Glasgow. For now, his message is simple. He's staying put, focused on his current job, and any talk of Celtic will have to wait for another day. In other news, Wilfried Nancy remains firmly in the running for the Celtic job, even if plenty of voices have questioned whether the Columbus Crew boss is ready for that leap. NBC reporter Ori Benatar, who's covered Nancy closely throughout his MLS career, has come out strongly in his defence. Speaking to Celtic News, Benatar said the doubts are misplaced, insisting Nancy's record speaks for itself. Benatar stated, "The proof is in his resume. He's succeeded everywhere he's gone. He may not have won everything with Montreal, but he did with the Crew in his first year and nearly again in his second. The expectations are sky high now, and that tells you everything about what he's built." He pointed out that while MLS isn't Europe, Nancy's consistency and ability to turn struggling sides into contenders shouldn't be overlooked. There shouldn't be a concern, he added. He's achieved far more in a short time than most MLS managers ever do. That said, taking over at Celtic would be another world entirely MLS doesn't carry the week-to-week pressure, scrutiny, or intensity that comes with Glasgow. Every dropped point is a crisis, and every European night defines reputations. Still, Nancy's work, his calm authority, his tactical adaptability, and his man management all point to someone capable of handling growth under pressure. He's been tested, and he's thrived. So while the step up would be huge, the journalist's message was clear. Underestimate Wilfried Nancy at your peril. Lastly, Kjetil Knutsen continues to impress in Norway, with his attacking blueprint described as a perfect match for Celtic's footballing DNA. Despite being expected to stay at Bodø Glimt beyond the new year, the Norwegian's name remains on the lips of Celtic supporters dreaming of high-energy front-foot football TV 2 Sports' Espen Langeveld told Celtic News that Knutsen's style aligns seamlessly with what the Glasgow Giants try to embody. Knutsen is a very attack-minded coach, Langeveld explained. He's committed to a 4-3-3, always playing out from the back and pushing to attack regardless of opposition. His experience handling pressure at Bodø Glimt has matured him. His football would absolutely suit Celtic. Knutsen's rise hasn't been built on resources, but on philosophy, fast transitions, vertical movement, and relentless tempo. It's why fans believe he could slot into Celtic's structure effortlessly. The problem isn't the fit, it's the timing. Bodø Glimt are fighting deep into European competition and working on new contracts. Tempting Knutsen away now would require something seismic. Still, should circumstances change, the consensus is clear. Kjetil Knutsen embodies the attacking identity Celtic have always prided themselves on.
What do you think of what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comments section below. Make sure you've liked this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.